Okay, so we're going to be doing a how to dishes in a van. Literally, I have a stack of dishes that I've needed to do for a day that's just been sitting here. And I got to make dog food, so I figured I'd show you how to do dishes and then show how I cook at the same point in time. So this is my little Secor hot water boiler. It only does 350 milliliters, but that's more than enough for dishes. Okay, so we have hot water, we have liquid soap on the bottom of this, and then we just give it a rinsey, scrub. And I come and I set them over here so that when I rinse them all off, I can rinse them all off at the same time. Because otherwise you get your hot water cold. And these are my little $1.25 for 8-pack sponges at the Dollar Tree. Oh shit, this one's handle and all. I should have done this during the daytime when it was a bit warmer so it didn't start getting cold on me so quickly. Because obviously a metal sink in the cold does not stay hot for very long. If I ever got the money where I could like put a power system in a van that would be like 2,000 amps, where I could actually use a hot water heater or something like that, I probably would. This is the fun one, is for my little 15-inch sink, doing my big 12-inch skillet. That doesn't sound good. I thought I had already fixed that. Oh. Is it working right now? It sounded like it was hitting the floor. Oh no, it's actually working right. Okay. It just sounded like it was hitting the floor. Okay, that's cool. I'm glad that's working right. So when I first started doing dishes, I had an issue where my drain wasn't sealed properly, so I ended up draining all over everything. But that's no longer the case, which is really good. Okay. I really wish that my overhead cabinet, I would have made it 6 inches shorter. And then we just dry as we do things, so that way we can put them away. I really need to buy a couple more rags, because I only have like 2 really. Oh shit. Now to put away that has to stay out because we're making dog food. And my 15 by 20 cutting board, or yeah, 15 by 20 cutting board, bamboo cutting board. Best thing, does it fit perfectly, and I just put a couple screws so that way I can slide it back to grab stuff and then slide it forward. Fortunately, the cutting board came warped, so that was cool. So I do have a little bit of an issue right there. Nope. I need. Oh, that's the one I want. Now with the tabletop, because before I was having to cook everything over on this side, so now with the tabletop I can cook on this side, and then I can have my cutting board out to do stuff that I need to do on it. And I need to move y'all one more time because it's just that bus schedule. Every single time it comes by, it tells people to get on and off the bus. Because right now we're parked near my current job that I am almost done with. Oh. Okay. Let's get a spoon. Now let's get a new trash bag. The only thing I haven't figured out is I need to do something about making a trash bag area. So like some kind of something where I can actually just hang trash bags. Instead of like rigging something up. Yeah, I'm emptying out the last of your dog food that you didn't eat. Okay. What the fuck is this big old glob of? Okay. Whatever. Okay. So let's start over here. So to make his dog food, we do 2 cups of instant oat. And then we need a tablespoon of iodinized salt. We're going to need that in a minute. The only thing about propane cooking is it gets everything humid. So I almost drop this on the floor every single time I open it. This is Balance It K9 supplement. Ooh, shit. It's got like everything that he needs. And then he gets 7 5/8 tablespoon. No, TSP teaspoon. Yeah, 7 5/8 teaspoon, not tablespoon. I do that every single time I write it out. And then for the canola oil, it's 41 grams. I have a little notch that I put in this specific cup, so I know exactly what 41 grams is. Because I was measuring that out and I was terrible about getting it perfect. So I just made a little notch. I hate this thing. Okay. This is Nordic Omega 3 PET. It's 3 milliliters of this. And that's literally just pour. And it's a scoop full of peanut butter. I buy the Great Value because the reason I buy this as opposed to Jiffy and all the other ones, this does not have the X word sweetener in it that all the other ones have, or some of the other ones have. I won't say all of them, but that big thing where they recently decided to kill everybody with the sweeteners. Yeah, I buy that because it does not have it in it. And I would prefer to not kill my puppy nor myself, because sometimes I'll eat peanut butter if I absolutely need it. And then we're going to turn the camera a little bit. Turn. Okay. I know, you get my big old belly in the way too. So you get 1 banana. And you put in 3/4 of a banana, and then the rest of the banana you give to well, you take a portion and you'll eat the portion. And the other portion you give to the lizard. Yeah, the other portion of the banana you can give to the lizard. And then you toss that in there. You take you an apple. And you take the sticker off the apple. And then we cut. So at one point in time I had bought a food processor, and I was doing all this with a food processor. and he was just not eating it. He was like, no, I don't like this. So I started hand cutting everything and hand mixing it, and now he'll eat it. So, moral of the story is, if you have a really picky puppy, just cut it. It takes you 20 minutes. Actually, I think cutting the chicken breast takes the longest because you have to cook it. Boil, no salt. All the salt comes from everything else going into it. So all the salts, all the sugars comes from the supplement, the different foods going into it, what's naturally occurring and everything. And your puppy will be sitting there on the bed just eyeing you the whole time that you're cooking their food. Because, ow, while you hit yourself in the face. And then I have disinfectant wipes that I use on this particular. So I just wipe it off in between stuff because it gets disinfected. Let me see inside the chicken. I want to make sure it's cooked fully. Yeah. So then we take our cup and we get 2 cups of boiling water. I use the chicken water for the very simple fact that I know it's scalding hot, and that will cook the oatmeal. And you just stir. Until the oatmeal gets thick. Because essentially you're taking that boiling hot water and you're doing the same thing that a microwave would do. For me, this works because I already have to cook a chicken. And it allows me to kind of boil my apples as well. Okay. Now, tomato. So with the balance it, you can actually go on there and you can pick what ingredients you want to use. I went in and I picked the ingredients that I know I can feed him and he'll just eat it. Like he'll eat a tomato if you just give him a fucking tomato. He's a little bit of a weird puppy. When I say a little bit of a weird puppy, no, he's a very weird puppy. Most dogs are gonna look at you when you give them a vegetable and they're gonna be like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Ooh, that's a tomato. I know that. I like that." But it's the same way with like an apple. Is he'll just take an apple and eat it. Because I found an apple in my bed when it's rolled off the counter. And he was eating it. Very slowly, but he was eating it. And as far as I go, I am probably not going to eat very much tonight, so I'll probably just take that water boiler and boil me up some water and make some cut ramen. Simply because I was doing oil in my truck today, so I didn't eat. And then whenever I finally did eat, I overate because I was hungry after spilling 3 quarts of oil on the ground. Luckily I had bought 8 quarts, so you know. But I had the old oil filter. When I pulled it off, the filter gasket stayed on the engine. So when I screwed the new one on, I didn't realize that it connected to that gasket. So I turned the engine on, it ran for a minute. Then whenever I turned it off, it just dumped. And kept dumping. So I had to pull it off and pry that off and clean it up and then put back on. So I had a fun, exciting day. And they say 107 grams of chicken. My only thing is most chicken breasts are like 120, 130 grams. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this, 20 or 30 grams of chicken? Because it's not like I can just keep it when I'm in the van. So he just gets the whole chicken breast. And then we gotta get the last ingredient. Kale. And one of these bags gives me 5 servings for his food. And I guess kale has a lot of like iron and calcium and stuff like that. I also know it's kind of a fatty green, I believe. At least at work, I think kale is on our list of greens to avoid, because it'll make your protein too high and your plasma lipemic. And I will show you his actual food. So that is what it looks like when it is all done. And now I have to clean dishes again and prepare for my food. Enjoy, just like he's about to enjoy. Bye.